We are.
Okay. Hello, guys, and welcome back. This is our second video. We got a little something different for you today. But Ty, do you want to introduce what's going on today?
So, guys, today in the taboo room, we have a taboo room dilemma. Rainey's got a dilemma for us, and we're just going to talk about it, We're going to discuss, get her opinion, get my opinion, come to a conclusion. And
then we can give it back to you, the people.
So let us know your opinion on this.
Exactly.
I haven't heard this. This is straight from Rainey.
So
yeah.
Every other week, we're going to aim to sort out your dilemmas and your problems. So we're going to attempt to get a little link up where you can anonymously tell us what you're going through, and we'll see if we can help. Does that make us like
agony aunts?
You literally read my mind.
Agony aunts.
Yeah, we actually are.
I'll be the agony uncle.
Agony aunt and uncle.
Say no more. Right.
Should we get right into it?
Get right into it, man.
So, just a little bit of background. The dilemma is from a female.
Okay.
And yeah, so let's just get right into it.
Cool.
So, she said, "Hi guys. So my dilemma is that I'm in a 3.5 year long relationship." Oh, that's quite sweet.
Okay.
He treats me well, and more importantly, he treats my family well. As I also have a 1-year-old from a previous relationship. So this is how life is starting to get involved.
Okay, so she's a 1-year-old from her last man, and she's in a 3-year relationship with her new man.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So of whom he's adopted and calls him daddy. So it's quite a tight-knit relationship. Cool. I honestly couldn't fault this guy, except from the fact that he really takes this head of house thing to its logical end. Okay, I feel like sometimes it's difficult for men to like open up because they feel like they've got responsibilities.
100%.
These things happen. Oh, nice. So one day after he'd made his intentions to marry me known,
okay,
I approached him and said, "Babe, I love you, and I would like nothing more than spend the rest of my life with you." Oh, this ain't looking good. He said, "Yes, what's up?" She then replied and said, "I feel like you're keeping a lot of things away from me, which might be detrimental in the future. I know your friends and I know your family and your background, but that's not necessarily all of you. Like, I believe there's nothing that I know about you that someone else couldn't tell you or couldn't tell me." He took this into thought, and after a couple of weeks of us both opening up, he dropped a bombshell.
Where's this going, fam? I thought it was going to hit the dilemma 10 minutes ago.
I know, literally.
Right.
So, the fact that on a certain date, whilst we were together, he was involved. He was the driver in a big hit and run, which he thinks left someone disabled. This is the man that I love and want to spend the rest of my life with.
He's a criminal.
What should I do? Do I hold him down or do I snitch? Bro. Okay.
Wait a second. You could have just said, "Man, I'm gone, man." That's it. He is a criminal.
He's a criminal. My gosh. Where do we go? Personally, the Lord will catch you. You know what? Before all of this, right?
As a child.
You have a child. First of all, you look at this man and you think, right, they've been together for 3 years. At some point in the relationship...
When was he a booter?
This isn't funny. Because one day he's come home, she said, "Oh, how's your day been?" And he said,
"Fine." When really, he's been doing up GTA on the back roads. Oh my... And the thing is, he thinks it's less someone disabled.
He knows for sure. He's definitely...
Someone's died.
Look, some guy has no booty hole because you hit him.
Wait,
no,
that's what he told her.
This is what I'm saying.
And they're about to get married.
Well, he said he would like it to progress on to marriage. It's been 3.5 years. They've basically got a son together. But can you come home to someone knowing that they've... No, because accidents happen. Let's not lie. All of us have been in life.
What are you talking about?
Listen, right? give me a second, listen, right? Let's say, for instance, this is a guy that is drunk. You're driving along the London road, just minding your business, and he runs out into the road and accidents happen. So I'm not even saying that it was necessarily his fault, but the fact that he's now been able to lie and take up his responsibilities, and it's not hit, like, I don't know if it's hit his conscience, because if I hit someone, I would be quaking in my boots.
Let me tell you something, yeah? Someone that can leave someone disabled and go home to his wife, and this is, I'm guessing this didn't happen yesterday, so this happened a while ago, and he's just kept it that secret. They can keep anything a secret.
Exactly.
If they can, we don't know what happened. God bless that other man's soul, whatever happened to that person. But we don't know what happened to him. But if he can keep whatever happened to that guy a secret for this long,
what else is he keeping a secret?
A mistress ain't nothing.
Nothing.
A mistress isn't anything to this guy. So if you're, as a woman, what do you think? As a woman,
you know why it's so difficult? Because I think in relationships, women are such investors. We always want to see a return on investment for the amount of time we've put in. Like, she's put in love, care. Like, she said he treats her well. Like, she doesn't want for anything. They've got this mutual understanding. She says, babe, I don't think we're close enough. He goes away, thinks about it, comes back with a solution. Like, he's clearly a man that cares. And
let me tell you something, people. This is what women do. You've just made a whole story for this brother and you don't know. You've made a whole effing story for this guy.
No, but listen,
and you do not know this guy.
Do you not believe that people can change and have second chances and they should be forgiven? Now, what I'm saying is he's not gonna get away with what he's done. Man. Your responsibility.
Well, he is. What is it? It's the thing of should I snitch or should I?
Yeah, I think she's asking, should she stay quiet or?
What would you do?
I wouldn't be able to stay quiet personally.
This is the thing,
knowing that, because you know what, even if he'd have told me on the day of the accident, I would have been like, let's go find the person's family, like, let's go see what we can do. Like, do you know what I mean? There's ways around it. It might not have been as bad, but let's say it's 2 years ago and you're only telling me now. It means, first of all, it's set in stone. It's set in stone. Whatever's happened to this guy has happened to this guy. Or
in terms of snitching and chasing us up, yeah, God bless my mum, she always used to say, don't trouble to trouble you. I'm not now going to go out my way to snitch on this brother for him to knock me over or do whatever. I have a son. First of all, I'm saying, son, okay, oh, that's cool, you done that. Okay, cool. Barry, pack your bags. We're leaving tonight. That's it. There's are you sklunked in the head?
Okay,
this man
I understand
is he's lied to her face.
An attempted murderer.
Yes. So, as a woman...
Yeah, and I wouldn't want an attempted murderer raising my son.
And I get, yeah... See, not to get too deep into it, people, yeah, but the only person that's getting hurt here is the child.
Yeah.
And again and again and again, I see it again and again and again. And it's just like, why do people think raising a child or child... is it not childhood? Like, what's the word?
What are you trying to say?
Motherhood or fatherhood. What is that called? Is that
parenthood?
Parenthood.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like people nowadays, yeah, especially our generation, a lot that are getting pregnant quicker, really underestimate how important.
Difficult.
Yeah, this is not a light thing. Having a child is not.
Having a child is a blessing. Let's not lie. Like when you have your child, that is your whole world. But you've got to understand that whilst they're your whole world, they also have a world that you have to protect them in and XYZ, which, you know, some people do well, some people struggle with, and like there's no right or wrong way to parent. But at the same time, I think it would be very unfair to sit here and say, okay, you know what, you're a terrible guy because you made a mistake and it's going to make you a terrible parent. Because I think being a parent and making a mistake are two very different things. I do not know this guy's story. So it's like, I'm not going to label him and say, you're a murderer, you're this, you're that. Like, he has blood on his hands regardless. We don't know the severity of the hit and run because, you know, I might have to go and chase this lady up. I'll be like, look, I need a...
What's your name? You can't be anonymous no more.
Literally no more. If this is you, comment down below. Because... it's a point where, okay, if it's a little hit and run, it's like they've got a broken bone, da-da-da. Like, I'm not saying it's great, but it's also not the same as being a paraplegic now.
The thing is, yeah, I've got to hold... I don't know why, but okay. I hold the same as being a paraplegic or having just a broken leg. I hold them in the same hand.
Category, yeah.
If you drive off. If you drive off, you might as well have killed him.
Yeah.
You might as well have killed them. I'll be so real.
No, it's true.
Because,
it is true.
Like, you don't know, and you haven't had the balls to get out and say, yo, like, what's happened, or...
Can I help, or even get them to the ambulance, or, yeah.
Wait, did it say hit and run? Was this...
Hit and run, yeah. Well, she said hit and run, which could have possibly left someone disabled. So I'm guessing the guy must know that the person is alive, right? So that's why he's saying disabled.
I'm saying...
Personally,
it's tough, actually.
Yeah.
It's tough. Now I'm thinking about it, it's actually tough.
Yeah, it's a person you love. You've built a life of them. They've promised you... Not even promised you. They've actually gone ahead and, like, their actions are matching up with their words. Like, they've said... I think it's so important to be able to go and talk to someone and say, I think this is going to be detrimental to our relationship, and you work on it. And no matter how difficult that would be, he's opened up. Like, regardless of what we're thinking about the guy, he probably thinks that's plus 10 times, like, worse.
Cool. In conclusion, then, what are you thinking? Okay, let me ask a few questions. Should she stay with him? That's the only question. Rotted.
Or should she snitch?
Okay, should she stay? Should she snitch? Should she stay and snitch? Mm-hmm. Or should she leave and snitch?
Personally, in an ideal world, I would love it to be that I could stay and snitch, because I feel like regardless of whatever you've promised me, you owe that person that you hit a certain duty of care. Mm-hmm. Just out of being a human, out of being a child of God, out of like love, whatever, compassion, you morally, instinctually, you should have helped that guy, regardless of whether it was your fault or not, because I'm a very firm believer in the truth will always come out. Regardless of whether you think you've concealed it, it'll come out in 10 years, 50, whatever it is. And I'm also a very firm believer in what goes around comes back around. So if you don't right your wrongs, it will come back at some point to bite you in the bum. So it's like, for me, in an ideal world, I'd want to say, look, babe, you should probably go and hand yourself in, and whatever the consequences will be, I will be here regardless. But I cannot sit here and allow you to just be playing happy families every day with such a big secret looming over not just you now and me.
Yeah. So you would stay with him and urge him to tell the police what happened?
Yeah, because he hasn't necessarily done... I don't even know if he's done it on purpose. He
say
probably
that was
hasn't.
because we don't know. Say that was murder. He goes down 15 years. You holding it?
Have to, yeah.
Okay.
Because, like you said as well, the child. Do you know what I mean?
He's still getting hurt. It's still messed up. It's that the child's finished. I'll be so real. And like, I'm not trying to say a mum can't raise a child or a dad can't raise a child on their own, but not having a mum or not having a dad in the house affects the child. Whatever you want to say, it affects the child. Mm-hmm. Certain stuff a dad can't do that a mum can do. Certain stuff a mum can do that dad can't do. And that's just it,
that's
really.
Just
and that's just natural. And that's what it is. But thinking
what
about
would you
it,
do?
yeah. So now I've thought about it more. It sounded like she wants to get married to this guy, yeah, and he's obviously. I don't want to talk for him. I don't want to make up his story like you did, but I'm just trying to say. Obviously, it sounded like a good guy, and he's obviously said this now to try and confess before the marriage. And I'm like, if she leaves, the child's just gonna get hurt. So I'm thinking, if he can right his wrongs, yeah.
How's he writing his wrongs though?
I know. I'm torn between not going to the police and not going to the police. I'm very torn.
Why are you not going to the police?
Because that could mess up their whole life.
But
especially if it's the breadwinner.
Yeah, but as well, he's messed up someone else's life. And I'm not saying that, people can't be forgiven and stuff, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Do you know what I mean? You've got
tough, man.
I feel like you've always got to do the right thing. You've always got to do the right thing.
The thing is, yeah, he will go to prison.
You don't know that.
No, he will.
You don't know if... It depends on but like I said, we haven't been given any circumstances on the incident.
If you hit someone and run away, you're done. There's no ifs. That's what I'm thinking now.
Yeah, but that's what you're thinking. That's not how the law necessarily works.
What's the minimum then?
I don't know. I haven't read up on this part of the law.
Okay.
But there is like different spectrums, because even in our area, if we look at even stabbings today, in today's day and age, it's fair to say we know a couple of people, or we know of a couple of people that have been, please.
Right, so.
We know of a couple of people that have been in these situations, that have been caught, that have been detained, that have gone to court, that have done X, Y, Z. And they haven't necessarily gone away, but they've been given a reprimand. Like, they've been given, okay, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, that's why I'm saying you always do the worst thing, because you're going to think worst case scenario. If you've hit someone, not tried to make up for it, and they've died, different kettle of fish.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got a broken bone and you can, I don't know, compensate them in some way, or, you know, the weeks that they had off work, you are able to. It could be not even a fine. You probably have to do some community service and this, that, and have a probation officer. Like, there's things in our legal system because prison is not about a punishment. Prison is about rehabilitation. What is meant to happen is you're meant to go in. And change your thinking and come out. But if you can avoid that by changing your thinking, by going to these probation officers, going to these courses.
He doesn't even sound... Look, okay, cool. He doesn't sound messed up, but he just sounds like, he might have hit a bit of bad luck. But in that time, he didn't have the guts to sort it. And
that's a problem.
It happens. But look, let us know what you would do in the comments in that situation. See if you were the man or the woman. If you're the woman, would you leave with that child? Get gone. Or would you stay and hold it down? Let us know. People will be back very soon.
Thank you for listening.
See you later, guys.
Bye.